What's going on, you guys? Back with another quick video. I want to talk about signs of a jealous covert narcissist. And if you dealt with this type of person, you may want to start setting certain boundaries, keeping a lot of things, you know, keeping a lot of communication to a minimum with them. Because eventually they're going to start to show you how jealous they are. When a covert narcissist is jealous of you, it's not so much of what you have, but who you are as a person. And if they feel like they can't benefit off that, then they want to chop you down for being that way with other people. And an example of that is yesterday, a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, asked me to write a letter of recommendation for her for a position that she's trying to get. I agreed to doing it. And I follow up with her later on that day. She read it. She liked it and she thanked me. So the next morning, she emailed the letter of recommendation in to the person for the job that she wants, the position. When the person received it, they called her in for a pre-test and all that kind of good stuff. So I talked to another person and I was letting them know that I wrote a letter of recommendation for somebody, and I brought that up because what I didn't know is that they had changed the way you can apply for their position, where they're making it easier now to where, it just give people better opportunities. It Where it offers better opportunities in a good way. It's not just for a certain group of people with certain credentials. Anybody can get it. Anybody can go for it. So that's good. And she just expressed her jealousy by first being negative of the person and saying that the person is, they just chop people's character down and they go for your intelligence level and assume if you don't speak good, you don't speak if you don't speak English well enough, then why should you, apply yourself for a position like that? And so she said things like, and you was crazy for helping her out. That's why what she had said, you was crazy for helping her out, because I wouldn't waste my time on that foolishness with somebody like her. And she know they is not going to take her seriously and let her get that. And I say, well, they have to let her apply. It's a part of equal opportunity, with employers. And she was like, yeah, but she just wasted her time and you did too. Ain't no way I would have did something like that for her. And it was like she had no reason to even say that about her. It was just the fact that I did it for her. So it's like they want you to think that if you would do something like that for somebody else, would you do that for me? And it just shows the low self-esteem side of a covert narcissist. When they show you that they feel like they're not worthy of something, or they measure that based on what you've done for someone else. And I'm like, but if you would have asked me to do it for you, I would have done it for you. It's sad that their first response to anything that doesn't, include them in on it is jealousy. So she went on to just say, so I said, and I talked to somebody else who called me and say, pass it on. They having a job fair and they got over 20 something positions we could apply for it. And it benefits us to where we could work close to home, and more money, of course. We still have the same benefits because we're still working in the same school system. And she was like, and she probably knew about that when she called and asked you to write that letter of recommendation, but she didn't share that with you. You had to find that out from somebody else. And I say, well, they contact me. I don't reach out to anybody. And I find myself kind of like explaining myself to her like I'm innocent. But I was like, I'm just going to sit on this phone and listen to her really show me how jealous she is and how much of a bitter, toxic person she is. I'm not even going to respond to her. So I just stopped talking. And she was like, yeah, she knew it. So because I stopped talking, she kept digging deeper because I got quiet on her. She wanted me to be like, no, no, I would do it for you too. I'm not doing all that. Why? Why do I have to over explain myself to somebody? If you know me and you know my character well enough, you know that I would do the same for you. Because that's who I am. If I'm your friend, I don't mind doing it for you. But you had a problem with me doing it for somebody else because I haven't done it for you yet. Like, I don't get them sometimes. Why are you angry? What's the problem? What's your beef with me about something like that? So she went on and went on, because she knew what she was doing. She should have shared that with you too if she was your friend. She ain't no friend. She was wrong for that though. And you, like I said, I'ma say it again. You was crazy for writing that for her. You just as crazy for writing it for her. Cause I bet you she didn't pass. I'm gonna have to call somebody who went to that class before and see how it goes. Cause ain't always somebody will just offer you the opportunity to come take a test like that. You have to have degrees. And people done went to college for 4 years. She ain't go to no. She just was going on and on chopping that girl down. She ain't been to nobody college for her to go thinking that she just could go and pop up and test and get that position. So I'm just still holding the phone listening. And she said, she ain't no friend. I could tell you that. She ain't no friend. Because ain't no friend going to uphold information. She knew about the job fair when she called you up to write that recommendation for her. And what else she said after that? She was like, when she called you and made you write it, she made you, she know just what, and I was like, she just going in, she made me. No, she did not make me. So I responded to her. I say, she didn't make me. I wanted to do it for her because that's my friend. So she was like, well, she ain't gonna get it. I know too many people who deserving of them positions. They done been to college and everything. That doesn't mean that they deserve of it. And when God got something for you, you can't speak on how, how God work things out for people. You can't determine who should get something and who shouldn't. Because first of all, you're judging them from a place of jealousy. You're not judging them based off credentials. Okay, she didn't go to college, but they put it out there. Why would they put that out there? Some people have gotten those manager positions without having a college degree. It has happened. Now, and then they changed it some years back to where you had to go to school. Now they're changing it back again to where you don't. They change things up every so many 10 years or whatever. What's your beef with it? Why do you care? That God is blessing her to be in that number to where now she can apply and I can apply and she can apply for it. So what's the problem? It's not like it's excluding you, you know. Nobody's keeping you out of the loop. I didn't know about it, but I heard about it. And her beef is the fact that I did something for somebody. That's what it all comes down to with covert narcissists. Then she'll go on and just sound angry in the rest of her conversation to where every little bit of thing bothers her. You hear it in their tone. So I was like, I'm going in and take care of my dog, fill her bowl up with food and water, see if she need to go out and use it. And then I said I was petting her. I said she's so soft and fluffy. I got off the subject. So she got off the subject. She was like, how often do you bathe her? I say, well, I have a red-nosed pit bull like every 2 months. You can't bathe them too often. You'll ruin the coat and they will get irritated skin. So she was like, oh, I bathe my dog every week. And the vet told me I was ruining her and that's why her coat wasn't shiny and blah, blah, blah. But she died. And it's the way they talk about it. Like, they never really love the animals. They don't. It's just like everything she said after I got off the subject, I exit the conversation. She just sounded angry and bitter. So she was like, and To this day, her husband, he holds that against me and said, you killed that dog. And I'm saying to myself, you probably did. Because they could get so angry in a moment, they take their frustrations out on anybody. And narcissists are known to harm animals. They don't love those animals. They want to put that fake, you know, they want to put out a fake image like they are animal lovers or they're tree huggers. They're not. They're not. They hate them. And they want to play like they so clean. So you overly clean the dog because you want to act like you're so clean when you knew you weren't supposed to do that. That's why your husband said you don't listen. He kept saying you're going to kill her. And with him working a lot and being away from home and you're being there more than him, you're going to be in the presence of the dog more. And you probably did. You probably did harm that dog. I don't put nothing past them. But I know this thing got way off the subject of just pointing out traits of a toxic, jealous, covert narcissist. I really wanted to just point out the jealous side of them and how they make it so obvious that they're angry and upset at you for not having access to you that they feel they should. That's all a part of that entitlement of them. Like you belong to me. You wouldn't do that. How in the hell I wouldn't do it for you when you didn't ask? Why would I ask you? You need me to do something? I have asked you about things before. Like, for instance, I'm going to say this right quick and I'm going to get off of here. We work for the school system. They started the thing to where we had to start the mandatory testing. And they offered us, they offered to pay us every time we get tested. And she claimed that somebody... Yeah, so it's like she claimed that somebody sabotaged uh, her form because you can either, you can decline getting paid for getting tested. And she claimed that when she was calling to see why she hadn't received any money yet from being tested, she claimed that the person said, well, we're looking at your, we're looking at the system at your test and it shows that you opt out of, like, you didn't want to be paid. So the person who did that for her, it's like every time she bring that up, she sounds like she just want this person to just fall down in the pits of hell because they intentionally did that. And I'm like, well, you're responsible for that kind of stuff and you could go back and change it. But you're choosing to stay the victim just so you could keep chopping that person down. So you're going to either go ahead on and take that L. You're not going to get reimbursed for the tests from the past and pick it up from now. You could change that and decide that, yeah, I want to be paid for every time I'm tested. So instead of her doing that, she liked to say things in a very arrogant way, like they do, narcissists. Like they just got it like that. I'm not going to cry over no spilled milk. I ain't, over something that I ain't never had and I definitely don't need it. Well, we could use it. We may not just need the money, but we could use it. So stop acting like that you can't benefit off getting paid, but at the same time, you expressing how angry you are because you haven't got paid. So it's just like, make your mind up. They contradict themselves and they show their true colors, and it shows in their tone because they speak so bitter and angry and they're so frustrated. So I'm gonna cut this video because it's saying that this camera is getting overheated. Y'all leave your thoughts down below. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you soon.